welcome to pnm.org.tt. We have Mr Primus here with us this afternoon to take some time to share his reasons why he's a supporter of the People's National Movement, a high-profile frontline member, and the vision that he sees for the party moving forward as from a young person's point of view.
Well, I'm in the PNM actually this year would have made it 9 years since I'm formally involved in active politics. I started off in my constituency in Faisabad, and it really came about with the desire to be able to contribute to the national good, looking at my local community in that context. And I believed that the PNM provided the best platform for the development of the citizens. When one looked at the history of the PNM as an institution, what it stood for in terms of its principles with regards to integrity in public life, the way PNM conducts itself in terms of the question with regards to the promotion of interracial solidarity, working to serve the common good. I felt that the PNM provided the best vehicle for me as a young person to be able to contribute to the development of Trinidad and Tobago. You know, during that time, there I think were a lot of discussions on national radio and television about change. I think the opposition were in government at that time, the Opposition United National Congress. And I said to myself, well, you know, a lot of people are in fact complaining about this, that, and the other real issues that affect them in the society. But not very many people are in fact aligning themselves with any organization or any structure or anything that will be able to make a difference to bring about some change. And I did my own analysis. I mean, no one in my family previously were involved in any active politics, but I did some research, I did some analysis of all political parties existing, taking into account the history of the PNM. And I can remember attending, there was an upcoming local government election around that time. I remember attending political meetings for all parties and listening to what they had to say. And at the end of it, I was able to actually make a very firm decision that I believed that the People's National Movement was the best political party in Trinidad and Tobago to serve the interests of the people of the country. And it all started there. And I must say that I have absolutely no regret as a young person getting involved in active politics. It is not very easy. It's in fact a very challenging environment because, you know, one, you're young, two, it's not necessarily a place that many people may find acceptable in terms of the question of politics and politicians. And I oftentimes tell people that I'm not a politician, but I'm involved in national life, in the national community, to contribute to serving in one way or the other. And, you know, it's been very, very, very rewarding and a learning experience, rewarding from the standpoint that I can recall, I mean, several times over as a young person, whereby I would have been able to make a meaningful contribution, where I would have been able to participate meaningfully in processes and systems that would have actually contributed to the formulation of some policy, bringing about some change, some system, or initiating a project that would have been able to impact upon the lives of citizens or citizenry in general, be that at the local level in my community, be that at the national level. And it is very rewarding from that standpoint. It creates an opportunity for me also as a young person to draw from the experiences that, you know, I must say, very vast experiences, not only within the party, but from interactions with other persons in the general national community. You meet people from all walks of life. And it has afforded me a better insight into Trinidad and Tobago, giving me a better appreciation for our society and our people and our culture, and really and truly helped me to also have an appreciation for what it means to be a member of the People's National Movement, and also as a young citizen in Trinidad and Tobago committed to change in the real sense of change, not necessarily change in terms of tomorrow's headline in the newspaper or tomorrow's tagline for old chatter, but change really that we can really identify with as having a meaningful impact on the lives of the people. You know, as a young person starting off early in the PNM, I remember getting involved in the Faisabad constituency. I joined the youth league, and I came up the ranks, and we had a very active youth league in Faisabad, and we worked on several initiatives that would have actually benefited young people in Faisabad, be it educational, be it sporting, youth development initiatives. We did HIV/AIDS program, which saw our youth league members going into the various secondary schools in the community in partnership with other organizations. At that time was Rapport, and we did HIV/AIDS awareness program. We had HIV/AIDS awareness campaign in March. Around Christmas time, we would have done Children's Street. We would have done training sessions in terms of financial literacy, financial planning for young people, and these programs and projects afforded us the opportunity to move it beyond the confines of the PNM membership to young people in general, and afford an avenue for participation and growth and development, irrespective of political affiliation, age, gender, race, and those issues. Also, another project that we would have also done would have been the training in terms of protocol and etiquette, lifestyle training, deportment, and so forth. And all of those things, I must say, would have contributed to the development of the young people in Faisabad as a constituency. We also, as members of the PNM Youth League, would have gone one step further in terms of building partnership with other youth entities, youth organizations in the local community, the local sporting group, the local church groups, and other youth, non-governmental, community-based, faith-based organization. We would have worked with them one way or the other, actually in support of their project, or have them participate with us in our project, and we would have had a meaningful relationship in Faisabad as young people. We had a budget, we raised our own funds, and I must say that we enjoyed the support at various levels within the party. And then the growth moved beyond that point. Eventually, in 2003, I would have been elected the chairman of the National Youth League of the People's National Movement at one of its annual conferences of delegates. And I mean, when one thinks